we were talking about different things in our video call, and we start talking about some things about our cultural things and what we see as cultural things in our lives. And we had the idea to make a video so we can uh, leave a record about what we were talking. So, what were you saying, Lemos, about your what you feel that is?
Basically, I was saying like if you quit your country or you go anywhere, it's important to you to bring something about your country. So, by example, me, I'll take like a salsa. I don't know how to say the disc because it's from us from Cali. It's very important. It's very cultural. We like salsa, like happiness and dancing and stuff.
Yeah, so it's like a suitcase of our cultural things, as we are all for the same culture. I think not it's only what you can physically bring, but maybe also you can think about what could you bring if it not has to be something physical. Like for example, for me, if I could bring anywhere in the world, I would bring our food or our people, because I really like the people of my country and different things like that.
Yes, I agree. Like our happiness and our relations, like we're like very kind and very close to the other person, even if we don't
Yeah.
know the other person, we just met it. So yeah, I think that I would probably maybe take that. What do you think,
Yes,
Jose?
yeah, also same the same thing because, for example, some foreign people, when it comes from the for an international for in international like countries, the the same opinion they have is that we are a very loving people and that we are very social people that and we are like very like happy people, like to celebrate things or other things like that.
Yeah, like we are I
More
think
extrovert.
yeah, and I think a great community, not in all cases, because we have some also angry people, people that we could say is chispita, like anything happen and they just
Yeah, they become angry.
blow
We
up. And yeah.
Something I will bring is more personal. It's like a bill from our country because it has like not only a remember of country because when you see the money of the country when then your country comes to your mind, but also you have like some symbols that should like represent us as Colombians. For example, this bill has El General Francisco de Paula Santander and the Church of Zipaquirá and stuff that like for us Colombians is like have a huge mean.
And I don't know if it happens to any of you, but I have experienced some like differential cultural things, like when you are outside the country
Yes.
and it's like your first time and you don't know how the people in the other country will behave. And for me it was like we were with a couple of people in France in a little town called Strasbourg, and we were all like Latin people, like Colombian, Ecuador, and Mexican people. But there was one French guy that has a friend in common with us, so we were like a group. And at one time we all say like, yes, go, let's go to a salsa place or a Latin disco, and we all agree on going like that. But he didn't see so
Convinced.
excited
Yeah.
about the plans, because he doesn't have the same cultural environment that we have, because we really like to party, we really like to drink, we really like to share things, laugh about each other. And he was more like a French guy. He liked to smoke cigar and absolute talk. I was about to say shit. I think I can say shit.
no, don't worry, don't
Uh,
worry.
It's cultural.
In
yeah,
our
but
country, it's very normal.
he didn't looks excited. He wants to do another things, but he seems a little forced to, because we were like 10 people and he was the only one that didn't like to do that. But also we do different things so we can like make everything happy and there is no problem around in the group.
Okay. Also, I have a like a similar situation because it also happened in France. I experienced that in France. By example, people tend to be very individualist. my first time, like my first days, I went to the bakery. So then I asked for my order, and then I tried to start a conversation with the waitress, and it was like very, I don't know, shy or something, but he didn't want to talk to me, and he didn't talk to me. So then I asked my brother who lives in France like from like 3 4 years ago. So he basically told me that in France people tend to be like very individualist with your time. Like I interact with you only in the way like I get what I need, so I don't spend your time, and you interact with me just the time you need, so you don't take my time. So it's like very different because here in Colombia we tend to be very collectivist. So, by example, I don't know, you can go anywhere and you can start talking to anyone, and the person will start talking to you, and you have a conversation. Even if the person is doing something, you can talk and you can interact with the person.
Yeah, they are not like used to the small talk that we used to have in here in Colombia. Like when you are going to buy something, you say hi, how are you, fine, and have a small talk. And they are not used to have that because of the thing that you just said.
Yes, exactly like hello, what you want? Okay, I give it to you, and then go on the next one. And
Yeah, and I don't know you, but I have experienced some because we here know the difference between multiculturalism and interculturalism.
what is that?
So, for example, I know there is a neighborhood in England that is like a indie neighborhood. Like there are a lot of people from India or Pakistan or countries like that, and they lived in London, but they are not involved with what is going on in London. They have like a bubble of culture of indie people in that neighborhood.
It's like
So
a
that
small India in London.
yeah, exactly. It's basically that is basically multiculturalism. Like you are sharing some space, but you are not.
The
Interacting.
different, like the different cultural traits don't interconnect each other. They don't have a
Yeah,
relation. Everyone is by his side and all that. The same thing happened in Canada. That the law of Canada permit that very like many cultural identities, people or communities coexist in the same country. But the thing is that in Canada, those like different communities don't interact each other. All don't share things about their cultural traits.
yeah. So it's more like they are coexisting, but not co-living. Like they are not
Exactly.
sharing with other people of the other culture, but just with the people of their culture.
Okay, it's
Yeah.
like in the USA. There's the Chinatown. There's Chinese
Yeah,
people who
Exactly.
even didn't talk English. They speak just Chinese.
yeah,
And for example, the other topic that is interculturalism, the thing is that in that case, the different communities coexist, but also interact each other. For example, in Cali, we have a celebration that is named the Petroleum of Choco Colombian people that like they have the possibility or the opportunity to share their different cultural traits or their dishes or something like that to the tourists that come to that place.
Okay, and the same Colombians, like the same Caleños or Bogotanos.
There is no multiculturalism and there is interculturalism. Why? Because each community could share or interact with other communities, and in this case, the petroleum, the Afro-Colombian people could share with the tourists.
yeah, exactly. And I want to say something like I want to say this like it happened to me something that I read the other day about what we're talking that I think is pronounced Trumpenar says that there is a difference between the or like versus he said like a specific or diffuse. And I understand this was like there are people like don't like to like they have their work life and their life like they don't like to combine them or they don't relationship a lot with the people that they work because they have a life outside the work and they not like to make a mix between of them because I work in a place some years ago and I don't have problem to like uh, sh- um, sharing time with a co-worker or something like that. But there was a person that like we have a group of co-workers and we do things, and that one person never go to the things that we were doing, like I say, party, going to drink, going to eat, and I think it was because of this, because he don't like to mix the his professional life with his personal life. So basically, we can say that what we read about healthcare entrepreneurs, it's something like you can live without reading, because always, because the things that I said was before I know this, but now that I know that these theories exist, I can really see the theories make it reality, because all there's always like a cultural exchange between different people, even here in just a city, or when you are outside the country and you exchange talk with other people. So basically, that it's very clear that there is a difference between also multiculturalism and interculturalism, and there's a lot of things going on in exchange cultural when you even talk just to somebody, right?
Yeah, I agree. Basically, that for the humanity, it's very important that each cool to have their own important traits, because that create like unique individuals. Like no all communities have the same thing, but they could be different, and something like that.
Yes, I think like everyone has his own identity, his own culture. But maybe I think we should be like more open. Like we need to. It would be cool to share also our cultures and customs and stuff. And yes, I think that's it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Basically, you can learn a lot of things from different cultures, because the world happens different for everybody in the different culture.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. See you later.